Today we're going to review a fishing tool called Line Cutterz. It's an adjustable ring that cuts fishing line. Cut and dry, that simple. I met these guys a couple months ago at the ICAST show where I bought 5 of these. So today we're going to give it the gamut a test and see how efficient it really is. Hopefully we learn something. So here we are, we're all set up. I've got the Line Cutterz ring still in the package. It says right on the front, the adjustable ring that cuts fishing line, which we're going to put that to the test. Super sharp, safe and convenient, adjustable, trimmed to fit, and quick cutting. I'll be the judge of that. Put the ring to the desired finger. 2, adjust Velcro strap to fit firm, comfortable fit. Trim off excess Velcro. Make loop with fishing line and pull the ring through the loop and cut the line. The ring has dual blades and it can cut from either side. Then it's got the typical warning. This product is not a toy, not intended for children. The product contains a sharp blade, which it does, and used with precaution. It says it cuts mono and braided line. So we're going to open this thing. Packaging is simple. It's just stable at the top. We're going to pop it open and see exactly what this thing's all about. The directions are in there, just like it says. Okay, it says it's got a Velcro strip, which is adjustable, right in there. Let's put it on our finger. I'll tell you this, tighten the Velcro up, right around our finger. Honestly, I don't think we need to cut anything to trim to fit. I think we can leave that like it is. Pouch right on our finger. It's not intrusive. It's kind of like that. There's the blades. Not lacerated. Squeeze it. Right on. So far so good. Okay, I've got the new one on, but I'll tell you what, I've had one. This is the one I've had for a couple months now. I bought several when I bought these. I like the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the new one off. And we're going to put the one that I've already had for months to the absolute test. I know what it can do new. We're going to show you what it can do brand new. I've never trimmed this tag, and I'm going to explain why here in a second. So here we go. We're going to start with prime example. I've had this problem many times, and I believe you all have. So basically, we went fishing not too long ago, and we had. It's not often I fish with live bait, but we were fishing with shrimp. Now I have braided line, monofilament line, sinkers, and everything just kind of literally like a banjo up in here. So I think the easiest way to solve this problem is to spend 30 minutes to untangle it, or just nip it all like you're mowing the grass. Look at that, right there in one shot. Braided line, monofilament line, all of it in one shot. And I tell you what, look at there, one-handed. You can cut it both sides. Pow. It's a lot quicker to trim it all up than it is to sort it out, you know, and try to figure out where everything's at and the hooks are at. And most of the time your line is gnarled anyway. And it's from riding in the back of the truck doing all the twisting and stuff. So made quick work of that. Now I can retie this literally in a minute and a half. So I like that already. I'll tell you that I've had this one for a couple of months, and I put it on every time I go fishing. I strap it to my rod, which I'm going to show you here in a second, and I've pretty much, if it could be beat to death, I think that I would have done it by now. And so far I'm super pleased by its durability. I mean, honestly, it's not even scratched. I could probably paint it gold and look like a millionaire right now, but I like it super hard. So let's get into the next, and I will tell you, I've not tried this yet. I do a lot of offshore fishing. When you deal with offshore fishing, you deal with a lot of monofilaments, heavy monofilaments and fluorocarbons. So let's try this out. This is a 100-pound fluorocarbon. Let's put it in there, Oh man. And let me show you the difference. That was the first try. Here's my knife that I use. This is my alligator knife. Trust me when I tell you, this is sharp. I was actually just impressed myself. I'm gonna do that again. Let's do this again. 100 pound, literally no effort. I'm liking that. So here I have 300 pound braid, and that's gonna be the test. We use this for, obviously, for glide grouper fishing. If you got a big pole, you want to use it. And what we use it for is actually our alligator hunts. So this is the line we have tied to everything. So let's give it the old 1-2. We're gonna loop it just like the paper recommends. We're gonna put it in there. I like it. Here's another thing I like about it. There's no fraying at the end. I mean, it's literally just a nice, smooth, straight cut. After a couple months of using this ring, I still have a nice, sharp, straight, absolute cut. Check this out. I'll show you again. Push it in, I'm very slightly. Wow, look at that. Absolutely no fray. You don't have to lick your line or anything of the sort. It's just ready to go. Loop it. Let's drop that. One more. Pow. Thoroughly impressed. Absolutely impressed. So that's 2 tests down. That's the 100 pound fluorocarbon. That's the 300 pound braid. That's the lines on the poles that we kind of mismatched and untangled, literally with just a few cuts. If you notice, I popped it back and forth. A couple months into this ring, I'm telling you, using it and beating it to death. And I will tell you this, it's been absolutely golden for me. And let me show you why I have not cut the tag in of this ring. I'm gonna pull up my fishing pole here. Now if you notice, this is the one we cut the line on earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim all this excess line off till I get ready to retie it. Here's why I have not trimmed the tag off. I can take this off, actually, put it right around my rod right here, just like that. And that's why I haven't trimmed it. So a couple things it does for you, it allows you to pull your line off and get off your little frays. Pow. And there it is right there. Click your bail and it's super, super comfortable. And it's not encumbersome at all. It's actually like a power hump. It's like right there where you need it. I fished with this many times like this. And again, I'm a couple months into this thing, and I'm totally liking it. So far, so good. So let's talk a few minutes about the pros and cons. My pros, obviously, I cut every piece of line that I've had to deal with. I even learned something new today. I haven't tried the fluorocarbon yet, and it cut it. It cut my braided without fraying it. So I don't have to lick it every few seconds to try to get it through the eye of the hook. It fits on my rod and on my finger, and it's the reason I don't trim the tag in. They recommend that you trim it to fit, but you know what? I recommend that you leave it long, unless you have small fingers, and then you can trim it a little bit to go on your rod. That's a pro. It fits on my rod. My hands slide in my pocket without a problem. If I have jeans on, if I have cargo pants, it doesn't matter. Cargo shorts, it all fits. Doesn't cut your pants, it won't snag on anything like that. So I think there's way more pros that I'm probably not talking about, but with 2 months with this ring, this is what I've learned. Now my cons. Here's my biggest con about it. And I've combated that con by just making a few changes. What I've done is, on my bait cast reels, what you'll notice is when you have a backlash, professional overrun, you have a tendency to run your line out to get rid of the backlash. Now you have a gob of line down here. So I have learned to wear my line cutters on the opposite hand, what I would call my reeling hand. So what happens is, if you have it on your reel holding hand, as the line comes in, it has a tendency to flip and flop, and it will get wrapped around your line cutters, and it will cut it instantly, and you will lose your casting line plus everything that you just took off and peeled off. So you've lost a little bit of line. You can combat that by wearing it on the opposite hand. Whatever hand you reel with, that's what you put it on with. That's how I combated that. And one more con that I have is it doesn't cut the tag end of the line when you tie it to your lure quite as close as I would like. And again, I have figured out a way to combat that. And the reason is because the blade is right in the center versus one side or the other. So if I had it to change, if I had my druthers as a spoiled brat, I would move the blade, or at least cockeye it to where you had one in the middle and one on one side. And that way you could get it right up against your knot. Is that possible? Who knows? But if I had a wish list, that'd be number one. So I know what you're thinking. Rodney, it's another gimmick, it's a blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell you the truth. When I first saw this, the first thing I said was, hey, well, at least they sold one. And I'll tell you, once I saw the demonstration, I saw what it was capable of, I absolutely said, this is the tool for me. So let me tell you where you can get it. I know you're gnawing at the bit. You can go to linecutterz.com, which is line, CUTTERZ.com. They sell them on there. They have a few different colors. And yes, ladies, they have pink for you. And they're 12 bucks a pop. And I'll tell you what, it's well worth the money. By the time you pull your knife out, I can go into that forever. So it's 12 bucks a pop, or you could get 5 of them. What I noticed today was 5 for 50 bucks. So you're saving, what, 10 bucks right there. So to me, that is a phenomenal deal. Christmas stocking stuffers, I could probably go on with that. Line cutters. I don't see me fishing or bow hunting without it, to tell you the truth. It's going to be a new additive to my ensemble. Thanks for watching the review. The fact is we love the outdoors and we love gear.
And gadgets.
And we're pretty sure you do too.
That's right. And we want to come review the gear that you own with you through your eyes.
And nobody knows your gear better than you. So email us at rodney@rodneyrogersoutdoors.com. We know you got gear.
And gadgets.
Yeah, we know you have opinions, and we want to hear them.